Okay, so let's unpack this. We're doing a deep dive today into a source looking ahead to June 2025.
Yeah, specifically, we've got these excerpts from June 2025 horoscope predictions.
Right, covering love, money, and career for all 12 signs.
Exactly. And our mission here really is to go beyond just, reading them out. We want to pull out the pattern.
Find the key insights.
Yeah, the main themes that this particular source is presenting for the month. What's it really saying about June?
Precisely. Think of this as getting a feel for the landscape this specific source paints for June. Across love, money, career.
Without you having to sift through every single line yourself.
What's this particular take on June hold? Let's find out.
So the source kicks off with this overall tip. It kind of sets the stage.
And what's the gist?
It frames June 2025 as a month of change, new beginnings.
Change and new beginnings? Okay. Sounds pretty positive, potentially exciting.
It does, but then the source adds a layer. It suggests, love might blossom easily for many signs.
Right.
But financial stability, career stuff, that won't just happen.
Oh, okay. So not passive.
No. The source really emphasizes that those areas, according to these predictions, need deliberate planning and self-awareness.
So it's a bit of a mix then. Effortless flow maybe in one area.
And focused effort needed elsewhere. That seems to be the source's starting picture for June.
Interesting contrast.
And what's fascinating is how the source then plays this out across the individual signs in the love, money, and career sections.
Okay, so where should we start? Love.
Let's do it. Looking at what the soul says about love in June, it's really varied.
Yeah. How so?
Well, one clear pattern you can see is where it highlights signs focusing on new connections.
Ah, okay. Like who?
Like Aries, for example.
Yeah.
The predictions mention finding someone new, maybe in social settings or through mutual friends.
Okay.
And for Virgo, it links new romance to sort of healing past issues first, clearing the decks,
Right, making space for something new by dealing with the old.
Exactly. Then for Aquarians, it points towards intellectual connections, deep conversations sparking romance.
It counts for Aquarius.
And Libras. The source suggests meeting someone significant through maybe artistic stuff or cultural events.
So new connections often tied to where you are or what you're doing, or even your internal state, according to this source.
That seems to be the angle, but it also talks about existing relationships.
Right. Not everyone's looking for someone new. What about deepening things?
Definitely. The source highlights signs looking to deepen existing bonds or even rekindle something.
The old flame.
Yeah, it mentions Taurians having energy that favors deeper connection and maybe revisiting old flames.
Interesting. Who else?
Cancer is described with emotional intensity, which could strengthen relationships if communication is clear. That's the caveat.
Communication is key there.
Seems so. For Scorpios, it talks about deep, transformative relationship experiences. Vulnerability is presented as the way forward.
Getting real.
And the source suggests Capricorns might see emotional walls coming down, making space for more authentic connection.
Okay, so it's covering both bases, starting fresh and going deeper. It seems to depend on the sign's focus in this material.
Exactly. And then there's some signs with a slightly different vibe for June romance, according to the source.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
Well, Gemini's energy is described more around flirtation, fun, commitment might take a backseat, more lighthearted.
Okay.
Leos are told their passion and confidence will attract attention. Bold moves are favored.
Go big or go home for Leo, maybe.
Sort of feels that way in the description. Sagittarius is linked with adventure, freedom, maybe long-distance possibilities or travel romance.
Always on the move, Sagittarius.
And Pisces, dreamy energy around love, almost idealistic, but the source adds a caution. Don't idealize partners too fast.
Keep it real, even amidst the dreams. Good advice.
It seems so. And you mentioned communication for Cancer. It pops up again specifically for Aries, too, in this source. Strengthening bonds.
So that's a mini theme running through it.
It looks like it. Overall, for love in June, the source suggests change and new beginnings, yes, but it looks really different depending on the sign.
Right. New person for some, new level of intimacy for others, and the context. Social events, healing, intellectual sparks, seems important in the source's view.
Precisely.
Okay, so moving from the heart to the wallet.
Yeah.
How does the source see June financially? These predictions seem varied too.
They definitely are. There's quite a bit of advice in the source centered around caution, careful planning.
Yeah, I saw that. Like for Aries, right? Be cautious with big investments.
Exactly. Even though it also mentions potential freelance income for Aries, so opportunity but caution.
A balance.
Seems like it. Geminis are told to maybe avoid risky deals, at least until after the 15th. Wait for more clarity.
Okay, timing matters there.
Uh-huh. Cancers. Focus on long-term planning. Avoid impulse buys. Virgos get cautioned about shared finances, maybe reassessing joint accounts.
Practical stuff.
Very. For Capricorns, it's about financial structure, long-term strategy. Sagittarians might see expenses go up, travel, maybe education. So budgeting is key.
Okay.
And Pisces are advised to stay grounded with spending, even if, say, artistic work brings in some extra money.
So a lot of be mindful, be careful messages.
That's a common thread, yeah.
Yeah.
But the source also points to possibilities for, income or gains.
Right, like we mentioned, Aries and freelance, Pisces and artistic talents. What else?
The source suggests Taurus could see some unexpected income, maybe from past investments.
Oh, nice.
Leos might see finances improve because of things they did before, previous efforts paying off.
Good to see hard work rewarded.
And for Scorpios, there's potential mention of debt payoff or maybe getting a bonus.
Okay.
Aquarians are highlighted for potential income from innovative ideas.
So creativity and smart's paying off there.
It seems that way. So yes, caution is big, but the source balances it. Opportunities for upside are there, but often linked to past actions, creativity, specific skills.
And there's specific advice, too, like for Libra, needing to balance the budget, focus on value.
Exactly. It all reinforces that sense of needing a deliberate approach to money this month, according to the source.
Yeah, it feels less like the source is predicting sudden windfalls and more about, well, how your strategy and your own situation dictate things.
Absolutely. It ties right back to that initial planning and self-awareness point from the overall tip.
Right.
The source basically suggests financial stability, financial growth in June. It's earned through conscious effort, leveraging your circumstances.
Makes sense. Okay, finally then, let's look at career. What kind of professional landscape is this source describing for June?
Again, it's diverse.
Yeah.
But opportunities seem to be a major theme, though they look pretty different depending on the sign.
Okay, how so? Like promotions?
For some, yes. The source clearly points to opportunities for leadership or promotion. Aries, for instance, could get a chance to lead a project, show off their skills.
Stepping up.
Yeah. Leos might find leadership opportunities knocking. The advice is be ready to step up. And for Scorpios, the source specifically indicates a high chance of promotions.
Wow. Okay, so for those signs, June could be about moving up, taking charge, based on these predictions.
That's the suggestion. For others, though, the focus is more on, say, external connections, finding new paths.
Like networking.
Exactly. The source calls June an excellent time for Gemini for networking, interviews. It even suggests new job offers might pop up from surprising places, unexpected avenues.
Interesting. What about just stability, keeping things steady?
That's highlighted too. The source states Taurus can expect high work stability, and productivity improves as their routine settles.
Good for Taurus. Then there are signs where success seems tied more to skills or working with others.
Right. The source mentions Cancers might feel overworked, perhaps, but recognition for their efforts is likely near.
Okay, light at the end of the tunnel.
Seems like it. Virgo's organizational skills are presented as really shining, potentially leading to opportunities to train others, maybe mentor someone.
Using their strengths.
Exactly. For Libras, it's about diplomatic skills, navigating workplace dynamics smoothly. Collaborations are encouraged for them.
Teamwork makes the dream work for Libra.
Seems to be the angle. And Aquarians could also find success through collaboration, might even find a valuable mentor.
Okay. Any others?
Yeah, for some, it's about a shift in perspective, or really leaning into creativity.
How does that play out?
The source tells Sagittarians that a new perspective boosts their creativity, making June ideal for freelancers, maybe educators.
Thinking outside the box.
And Pisces are guided by intuition in their career choices, with creative fields particularly favored in these predictions.
Listening to that inner voice. It's interesting how the source links these different work styles, leadership, networking, skills, creativity, to different signs paths for June.
It really does. And, recognition for hard work gets a specific mention again for Cancer and also for Capricorn.
So the overall career picture from the source seems to be about aligning with the specific strengths and energies it outlines for your sign.
That sums it up well. Whether it's stepping up, connecting, using your skills, or shifting your view, the source suggests you need to play an active role in shaping your professional month.
Right. Wow. Okay. We've covered a lot of ground there, really dug into the love, money, and career predictions presented in these excerpts from June 2025 horoscope predictions.
We have, and just to reiterate, all this analysis, the patterns, the themes we've discussed, it's drawn only from this specific source material we've had in front of us.
Absolutely crucial point. We're reflecting what this source says. And we've seen it consistently frame June as this month of change, new beginnings.
But how that change actually shows up is really specific. Varies by sign, by area of life.
Yeah, requiring different things, like maybe an easier flow in love for some.
Needing that real deliberate planning in finance and career.
Exactly.
So maybe here's a final thought, based purely on this source's framework for you to consider. If June is truly this month of change and new beginnings, is the source kind of implying a cosmic trade-off? You know, the ease predicted in love for many signs, is that balanced out by needing that conscious effort, that strategy in the practical areas, money, career?
Interesting question. Like, you get the boost in one area, but you got to put in the work elsewhere.
Possibly. It's just something to think about how the source connects these different forecasts or that one big theme of change for the month.